Hi, welcome to the Washington Student Achievement Council training on the WASFA, Applying to Awarding. Today we're going to do a general overview, completing the WASFA for student and parents, and a little bit on the portal. As you know, the WASFA runs parallel to the FAFSA. To ensure equitable opportunity, WASFA applicants must be given the same consideration as FAFSA applicants and awarded using the same process. WASFA filers are not required to file tax returns. Now, this is different than the FAFSA students. You're going to evaluate these students the same you would any other non-tax filers. You may not ask them to file a tax return. The WASFA applicants are to be verified in a similar manner to FAFSA. We do not have a verification system that requires you to check your WASFA students. However, we do expect you to check WASFA students on a regular basis in the same manner that you would and any other students where you may have conflicting information. As a reminder, WASFA students are eligible for CBS. CBS eligible students must receive their full WCG regardless of institutional awarding deadlines. So please be sure you're checking your WASFA students in the cruncher as well for CBS eligibility. The colleges are responsible for determining residency status. At the public institution, there usually is a residency officer located in the admissions office, so they determine the residency at time of admissions. If this is the case at your institution, then the financial aid office should not need to re-evaluate the residency. You will, however, need to review if you do receive some conflicting information. On the WASFA, there's also the affidavit for the residency, so you should be able to coordinate that together with your admissions office instead of having them fill multiple forms out. So in the residency, we have two separate standards. I'm going to start with group number 2 because this is where most people are familiar with the HB 1079. These are the students who are undocumented, that never had DACA, or the students that don't fall into the student group list number 1, which I'll go over after this. The HB 1079 students are those that are more traditionally the high school graduates, so they need to meet the requirements listed below by HB 1079. So they need to reside in Washington for 36 months continuously right before earning their high school diploma from Washington. High school graduates, they have to complete their full senior year at Washington in high school. They must continuously live in Washington after receiving a diploma or equivalent until admitted to college. And they also need to sign the affidavit saying they will file permanent resident application when they are eligible. So student group number 1 in the residency standards are those that we refer to as the DACA students. So students who have expired or unexpired DACA do fall into student group number 1. But there are also a lot of other status that also fall into student group number 1. And all of those are listed to the right in the dark blue box. All of these students in these status should be recognized for residency in the same way as U.S. citizens are in Washington. For deeper explanation, we do have a good outline on our Ready Set Grad website, and the URL is provided here right above the box of residency status. We wanted to provide you with some statistics on our WASFA applications. The applications are up from 2016-17. We actually started them in 2015-16, so they have been progressively increasing. For the 2019-20 year, we only have midpoint statistics as of now. We have not completed the full cycle, so we do not have that data yet. So we do have some new and exciting changes with our WASFA enhancements. We have, for the student WASFA account, you can see below is on the left, the coloring is green, and we've now changed the parent WASFA account color to be red. This is going to quickly help people identify if the student is in the incorrect WASFA account. Oftentimes they do get their accounts mixed up and don't realize that one is in the other account. So now we just have to ask them what color is their screen, and we're able to immediately let them know that they are in the right or wrong account. Also new and available now is that WASAC has the ability to provide students and their parents with their security answers. The student or parent will need to verify their account information with WASAC staff, and then we will email the security answer to their email address that they used to create the WASFA account. This has really sped up the process in our customer service in assisting the students. Previously, we had to request the password from Regent, wait for that response, and then provide it to the student. So being able to give it to them directly has cut down a lot of time. Special circumstance questions. It mirrors the FAFSA for applicants wanting to file without parent information. The students will not need to get parent signatures on the WASFA. Currently, the financial aid administrators are going to need to work with the students to decide if you will approve it or not. If you do not approve it, you will need to ask the student to redo the WASFA with the inclusion of their parent information. So right now, you still need to work directly with the student to get that updated. However, we are in the process, we're in the late testing phases of updating the portal to accommodate new enhancements. And some of those are going to be that the financial aid administrators will be able to submit corrections through the WASAC portal. And you'll also be able to approve or deny special circumstances directly in the portal as well. And this will mirror the FAFSA for applicants wanting to file without parent information. And students will not need to get parent signatures on the WASFA. We also have an updated WASFA application guide. It's a step-by-step user guide to the WASFA, and it's available on our Ready Set Grad page. You just go to the www.readysetgrad.org/WASFA and click on the WASFA application guide. It's located all the way at the bottom of the page. To access the WASFA, the student is going to go onto the readysetgrad.org/WASFA site. There is a questionnaire that they will go through to determine whether the WASFA or the FAFSA is the correct application for them to complete. The Washington colleges use WASFA for state and institutional need-based aid awarding. The students complete it each year, and it's available beginning October 1st of every year, and it runs the same timing as the FAFSA does. WASFA data and privacy. The data collected on the WASFA can only be used for the sole purpose of determining eligibility for state financial aid programs, and you can also use it for institutional awarding as well. However, we do want to make sure that our students understand that their privacy is very important to us, and we take protecting their information very seriously. Below is a copy of the WASFA privacy statement for your review. In order to access the WASFA applications, you're going to need portal access. In addition to just portal access, you must have the WASFA permission in the portal as well to access the applicant information. If you need this access, please contact your institutional administrator, which is usually your financial aid director, and they should be able to provide you with the WASFA permissions. The applicant information is available in the WASAC interface the day after student submits the WASFA. So when you want to access your applicants, you're going to go into the WASFA interface under Programs and then choose WASFA. View results on screen or download the results in your CSV or ISER format. This way you can load them back into your system as well. There's an option to select all applicants for a particular year and/or only new transactions. All new transactions will remain labeled as new until you download it in the ISER format. Just reviewing it and looking at a student's record will not remove the new flag. There's many ways to search for individual students, and I'll go ahead and show you that on the next slide, but you can go through with the Social Security, DACA ITIN, their WASFA ID, their name, date of birth, and other ways. So this is what this first screen looks like when you go into the WASFA interface. You can see you need to select the academic year that you're looking for. That's important to make sure that you get the right year for your student. You can see that there are different ways to look them up, dates of birth, transactions. You can click the button to only show the new transactions, or if you don't click that, you'll get all of your transactions for your students. And you can see there you would click on the CSV or the ISER if you want to download. We do have some search tips for you. If you leave the fields blank to search, you will get all of your applicants for your school. When you're searching, ensure you have the correct academic year, as I said before. And also, you may want to have the date of birth ready for students because many of the applicants do share the same names. Another option for you, instead of looking at the students' full records, you are able to check the residency information only. And you do this by clicking the box in the middle where next to the search over to the left it says Residency Data Only. If you click that radio button, it will bring up a list of the students below and it will tell you just if they met the residency standards. So you don't even have to open up all the applications. You could download this file and share this with your residency staff to show that they did do the affidavit. So after you've done all of your reviews of your WASFAs and awarding, and if you still have questions, we would love for you to give us a call. Our number is 1-888-535-0747, dial option number 3, or you can email at us at wcg@wasac.wa.gov. Thank you for joining us.